Hey there team, and welcome to, well, oh, jeepers, 21,000 frames, quite a long 1v1. I was going to say to a quick 1v1, but I suppose not. This is a little Nawaki, maybe Thanatos 1v1, we'll see who he's up against. Rohan, I mean, Rohan I think is very good in a field battle, of course, but 1v1, we'll see how it goes, anyway, this is of course 0.97. I'm just going to be ploughing through the, well, all of the 0.97 content that people, well, replays that people have sent me. I'm going to try my best to make sure I get through all of them. So if you still have one, probably it's too late. By the time you're seeing this, it's most likely too late to send it to me. But yeah, I will be, if you have sent me something, then I will get it done. Unless I've forgotten about it. Really sorry about that. Anyway, so Rohan today, he's got Shield Maidens out front. We'll see if they get shuffled, because of course Rohan's roster is armoured. They do all wear some armour. It's nowhere near as much as, say, other Western kingdoms. Rohan is kind of that interesting little middle ground, where yeah, they do have armor, so I guess they rely on their shield values to make up for that, but still, Shield Maidens out front is a bit risky. I think they're going to get moved back in a second. Westmark Spears, makes a bit more sense, a bit more armor on those boys. Still quite expensive to be, say, taking fire. Oh no, those Shield Maidens are maybe going to be staying out front. Nope, they moved just as we said that. Westmark Marshals, again, most likely not going to be forming up there. Riddermark Axemen, Helmingus there, so again, quite expensive. Nawaki is going, okay, Riddermark Spears, he does have some of that. I mean, even that's not the cheap spears. He's not got any fodder. I've not seen any fodder so far. More Riddermark Spears, those Shield Maidens, then heaps and heaps of cavalry, as we'd expect to see. These Eastmark Horse Archers, Eastmark Riders, okay, some cheaper cavalry. And then more of these Eastmark Horse Archers. What has he got on the other sides? The Red Shields of Erkenbrand, certainly a very high tier Horse Archer there. And then the Sons of Earl, Riders of the Fold, lots of Riders of the Fold. So he does have a hell of a lot of cavalry, which of course it's too much cavalry for me to really deal with. My brain really starts to explode after 3 units of cavalry. I'm going to start making mistakes and getting them killed. But a lot of this is Horse Archers, which should hopefully be a little less micro-intensive for him, especially since his adversary is, well, his adversaries are the Dwarves, so he should be able to outmaneuver them quite comfortably. We do have 20,000 frame, or 21,000 frames, so I suspect, oh right, okay, I take that back, this is canned. 21,000 frames, so I'm sure we'd be fine. There's going to be a lot of manoeuvring. Let's go to 0.3, but I don't want to go any faster than that for now. Nomadic Light Cavalry, there again, a lot of cheap Horse Archers, lacking any sort of shield, but that's just mass fire that's going to be coming at them. Probably, you know, there to back up the Brother of the Bow, who's really going to be doing the damage. Behind them, the Wind Riders of Khand, then the Variag Cataphracts. In the centre here, we've got these Variag Bowmen. Some nomadic scouts there with their throwing javelins. Yeah, no axes, they throw javelins. So that's a good bit of AP for some of those higher tier units, higher tier cavalry units. Nurad Windblades, and then the little box of defense from Thanatos here. He's got his Nurad Footmen and Halberds lined up, with the Brother of the Axe in the middle, and the Stormguard in the middle with them, and the Brother of the Spear there too. So it is quite a nice little defensive box there. Hopefully going to be just sort of holding the line with them so that he can really focus on his cavalry. Yeah, I think we can go back to sort of 0, we can go back to 1. I think people are going to be sort of just shuffling around. They're going to watch each other for a bit. Because both armies here, I'm going to have to take a pause for a minute to drink some tea. I'm starting to, my mouth is struggling here. So because both armies have so much cavalry today, it's, yeah, nobody's going to have a fun time here. Until somebody really sort of comes out on top with that. Glory Seekers there, very, very beefy unit. They've all got little shields. I don't actually know what that shield value is. I suspect it's probably like 3. I suspect it's very, very low. But still, that's a big unit that he's just going to have to chew through with Horse Archer fire. I don't really know who's got the cav advantage here. Nobody's got much in the way of nobody's got like much melee cavalry. They're going to be countering each other with Horse Archers here. These Eastmark Horse Archers, you've got to remember, they do have a shield value. Again, it's very low shield value, but that's going to allow them to go toe-to-toe with the likes of the nomadic cavalry. Nomadic, what are they called? Light cav? Yeah, nomadic light cav quite nicely, especially because they have the same unit size. One different, but... yeah, okay, so it looks like Nawaki's going to be moving up forward. He's got his higher tier Horse Archers on the right, and then his Eastmark Horse Archers on the left there. The nomadic scouts will die very, very quickly to Horse Archer fire, especially in that little sort of horde formation that we've got. Variag bows, I'm going to have to go to 0.8. I know this is a little bit crazy because it is such a long fight, but I really do want to catch these movements because it's going to happen quick. Got a little bit too close there, maybe Nawaki. Yeah, sort of exposing himself to foot archer fire is never something you want to do with your horse archers, but maybe pulling them away. Oh no, and that's allowed over here as well. Just backing those horse archers up. Some of them are going to be shooting straight up and over because they are mixed in amongst all of this cavalry, but that's really going to allow him to quite comfortably go toe-to-toe with these higher tier horse archers. Wind Riders of Khand coming around. Are Wind Riders shielded? They are not shielded. Interesting. Okay, so they could die pretty quickly to enemy fire. But still, that's a very big unit, so it's going to take a lot of shooting to take it down. Horse Archers over there. What I'm just really surprised at is kind of how few casualties the Rohirrim have taken. The Glory Seekers have managed to secure themselves a fight. Oh no. Eastmark Horse Archers are going to be getting out of that, but good little catch from Thanatos. This unit of Glory Seekers, very beefy unit, but very, very cheap. So that's already done some good work, and they've sort of trapped these Horse Archers over here. I'm sure Thanatos is sort of kicking himself that he didn't have something backing up these Glory Seekers to really, really punish that. Because they just can't deal the damage. Think of them as kind of as orc fodder on horses. Really, you know, I love them. I really do like taking them, but yeah, they will get gutted by most things. We've got some rain hitting the window just next to me, but hopefully that won't come through too clear. I'm just going to pause for a second, or well, pause speaking for a second while taking a cup of tea. So something you may have noticed with the last few videos, I'm going to be trying to really churn out these videos quite quickly, get them posted, get them edited, we'll get them recorded, edited, posted quite quick. So just so that all of the previous test videos and 0.97 battles are done, and then I can remove the old version from my laptop, and I can just make room for the new stuff, and we can keep the focus on the current version of the game. So there will be a few things, you know, maybe some slightly more choppy editing here and there, as I'm a bit faster, or maybe the occasional out of place song even that pops up as I'm trying to do this, as I'm trying to make my song choice a bit faster. Do you hear me? That rain is still clacking away. I'm really hoping that doesn't come through too clearly. Hopefully the noise filter will be able to sort of cut out most of that. But anyway, we are pushing up once again, getting countered by this light cav. Wind Riders lurking out over there. So of course, you should hopefully be able to tell by now, but if you're not really the type of person that enjoys these sort of drawn out cav v cav engagements, this is probably not the fight for you. It's definitely going to be quite interesting, at least from my point of view, just seeing the Rohirrim cavalry going toe to toe with the Khandish cav, trying to sort of really work out the strengths and weaknesses of both there. This could be very nasty. Those Riders of the Fold are going to get caught by the Wind Riders. We're going to see quite a few of them drop there. I think Nawaki's actually been coming off very, very well in these early engagements. But, oh, right, shoot, I thought he maybe got right into the Variag Bowman. You are seeing a few of them drop, but the Variag Cataphracts did manage to catch, just in time, the Sons of Ale. Which they've actually, with the assistance of all that firepower, they got wavered. Jeepers sake, that went pretty nasty for them. I thought that would still go quite nicely in favour for the Rohirrim Knights, but no, that's a bit messy. Definitely a bit of damage to those Variag Cataphracts, but seeing so much damage to the very important Knights from Nawaki is a scary, scary thing. Windblades really trying to chase him down. Yeah, because this is two very, very powerful cav killing units, and Nawaki's really only got one. So if he loses those suns, then this is going to get really nasty really fast. Hopefully we're going to see some firepower going into the Windblades before they get out of here. Oh dear, the Suns thought about going toe-to-toe with the Windblades. That, I mean, somebody's got to do it, I understand that. But yeah, I'd really just be wanting to get some foot archer fire into those Windblades. Yes, they're nicely armoured, of course. I mean, we've got the red shields. I did forget about the red shields of our comrade. Is that maybe where we've got the general in? Because he's being quite careful with these guys. No, I'm not seeing the general in there. If I zoom into the minimap, we should actually be able to sort of see... No, he's in some infantry units on the left. Varia Cataphracts jumping into those spearmen. It looks like maybe they were going in for the Suns, but then they saw an opportunity to get the Westmark spears. Very risky thing to charge. Got a decent little charge, but up against such a high quality unit of spears as the Westmarks, I don't know if I would have taken that. We've taken a good bit of damage there. But a little charge has been responded right into the light cavalry there. But once again, that's only 14 knights we've got left now. We need to be quite careful with these guys. Shots coming out here, well, yeah, from all sides now, from these horse archers. Let me just zoom out. We do have some action going on the other side. Looks like those Suns got caught again by the Cataphracts and the Windblades. With those two moving around together, this is just not something that that we really want to be going toe-to-toe with at all. Horse archers going to be getting chased up by the Glory Seekers again. Looks like some Brotherhood of the Bow got in amongst the Eastmark Riders. Okay, looks like it went a little bit nasty for the Brotherhood of the Bow. But Variag Bowmen are here. This thing, Thanatos, I really feel Thanatos has been quite effective with his foot archers. Pretty bold, pretty risky with them. But I think it's generally been getting used quite well, and I'm just surprised at how little damage has been getting done to the Rohirrim. It's very, very surprising. Something that hopefully you can notice from this video, I've made a few changes to OBS, so hopefully it's a bit less grainy than normal. Sometimes, you know, when I'm moving around, when I'm zooming around the map a bit, getting a bit excited, the video can start getting a bit grainy. And I've done some changes to OBS, and hopefully that's not going to be happening right now. But maybe my changes haven't helped, and it's still just as grainy. But fingers crossed. So if you are noticing that things maybe look a little bit clearer, that could be it. But it could also just be that this is a 2v2. This is a lot easier for everything to function. That's a great catch by those Westmark spears, getting those cataphracts. Oh. It looks like neither side was really chasing each other there. If those Westmark spears were a little bit quicker off the mark, that could have been absolutely devastating for those cataphracts. These Westmark spears might even make it a lot worse. Now, something I do have to highlight, of course, we're going through this at 0.7 speed. This is an awful lot slower than it's happening for the players. So anytime we do sort of see these little mistakes or anything like that, you do have to remember the game is happening a lot faster for them than it's happening for us. So it's, they are always, you know, nobody's got perfect micro. Over here, oh, you'd love to get a charge in those poor Variag Bowmen, wouldn't you? But it looks like over on this side, you know, with the the sledgehammer of the Glory Seekers, things seem to be going in Thanatos' favour, or at least he's gaining ground here. But these cheaper horse archers, these cheaper Eastmark horse archers from Nawaki, you know, they're just maybe there to be skirmishing. And it's the Riders of the Fold. This is where he's intending to sort of do the damage. What are we at? 15 for 14. This has been really quite close still. Nomadic Light Cav there being broken. But as I say, the worry that I just feel for Nawaki is the suffering that his knights have taken. But saying that, I mean, those Cataphracts don't look too healthy either, do they? And those Riders are very spread out. It's a very, very far spread unit. Everybody's kind of just skirmishing independently. Looks like they're probably firing off as many arrows as they can into the Varia Cataphracts. Yeah, we're seeing some arrows coming in here and there from them. Some red shields even going down. I don't see those. Ah, we've got 4 Suns left, 3 Suns now. We just saw one go down. One of them is a banner carrier, which is a shame because he can't lower a lance. It's a bit of a nuisance, but keeping a few of them alive toward the end of the fight can be devastating, but with just 3 guys we cannot do anything against these Wind Riders, or even that very bloodied unit of... or sorry, yeah, not even that unit of Wind Riders, but I mean those Wind Blades. Down to 10 though. Okay, interesting. Now the issue for Thanatos, or what he's going to have to deal with, is because Nawaki's not used any of his foot archer ammunition, it could be the case that Nawaki just ends up walking up and starts shooting into that little defensive formation. And if at that point Thanatos doesn't have the infantry strength to go on the offensive, it could be very, very brutal for him, because Thanatos has been, you know, actively using his foot bowmen. They must be at least halfway through their ammunition now, I'd expect. So, I mean, right now I still think it's very much a toss-up. Going back to 1 times speed, things are sort of chilling out a little, or we're back in sort of a positioning phase. Yeah, these Variag bowmen are not going to be getting out of here. I think they're probably going to be breaking shortly. So yeah, you can see on the right side, Nawaki seems to have come out victorious. Even if he has lost his sons, he's got just a lot of cavalry and this very aggressive aggressive use of his spearmen. Like this is of course something that Khan doesn't really have. They've got the Brotherhood of the Spear, that's their only spear unit. You know, they really rely on their cavalry to counter enemy cavalry. That's their only real choice. Wind Riders being broken there. Let's say, whereas Rohan's got they've got the Westmark spears, they've got the Eastmark spears, they've got, you know, Riddermark spears, you know, they love their spears. So it's a lot easier for them, and even something like the Variag Cataphracts, as we saw earlier, needs to treat them with a bit of care. Windblade's coming forward. I don't quite know what they're striking for right now. Maybe they're just trying to flank around. Nawaki's sort of being perhaps led in a bit of a goose chase here. Brother of the Spear have been brought out now, which, I mean, yeah, it's what Thanatos kind of has to do, maybe, but it's a bit scary because okay, no, they're being pulled back. If we get some, even if you can get shots into the backs of the Brotherhood of the Spear, they're a very heavily armored unit. I don't know. I'm really bad at telling if they've received an armor upgrade or not. I don't think so. But even without that armor upgrade, they're quite nicely armored. Over here, the Brotherhood of the Axe. I don't think they've received one either. I think when the Brotherhood of the Axe receive that armor upgrade, you start seeing a lot more of those face masks from them. And we're not really seeing that. Variag Bowman pushing up really quite hard from Thanatos there. What is he shooting into? Some of those shots were going up and over. Well, whatever's happening, he's being responded to. Is that the Helmingus opening up? Oh. No, that's still just the Horse Archers. That's still just these smart Horse Archers. Can we get charge in? It looks like the Brother of the Bow are like, they're lurking around. Do we have our blades out? Jeepers sake. Oh, those are Eastmark Riders. Oh, shoot. I totally forgot about these guys. Ah. That was far less damage than I expected from that. I really thought that was going to be absolutely devastating. We need to get these guys out, because they are very light, those Eastmark Riders. But if we can get some cycle charging going on with that, again, micro attention is going to be focused somewhere else. Right now, it looks like that's probably a routing unit over here. No, those are two. Those are still 2 sons, still surviving. But no, we need those Eastmark Riders being pulled out. The Glory Seekers look like they're coming in to try and take them out, and a rear charge is going to be very nice for them. Some shots coming up and over into the Glory Seekers, maybe getting the odd bit of friendly fire. Dear me, those poor Eastmark Riders. Riddermark Spears coming in to chase these Glory Seekers off. I mean, they've done a very good job, those Glory Seekers. I think they cost about 300 coins in 0.97. They're very, you know, which of course for a cavalry unit of that size is very, very cheap, even if their stats are quite low. Looks like just a desperate charge there from the Eastmark Riders coming in to slam into the Glory Seekers. They'll drop quite a few of them, as I say. They happily will, yeah, even a little bit of arrow fire here and there. Swings bringing them down pretty much with every swing, but that will be the Eastmark Riders maybe dealt with. Nawaki looks like he's going to start spreading out his infantry, or interesting. We're not coming forward as groups, we're sort of picking ourselves up. into little bundles, which we can kind of do arguably because the cavalry has been so badly bloodied from both sides. We can start to be a bit more free, but still those glory seekers can do some damage. Do we still have Mirad Windblades? I've not seen them for a minute. I'm so Varied Cataphracts. I mean, maybe Thanatos is just wanting to be really careful with them, but yeah, I'd just be so worried about moving these guys out. Maybe, yeah, I mean, the Horse Archers, with that sort of unit size still, the Horse Archers can start to rinse these guys down. Thanatos, if I was losing a few Glory Seekers now, just try and get rid of the last of that ammunition, I'd probably be okay. If they've done very well already, so I think I'd probably be fine with what's happening here from Thanatos. But, as I always say, I've got a very sacrificial mindset when it comes to playing this game. Especially in sieges, you know, I'm very much just like, okay, no, I can lose this because it's this amount of worth, blah, 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 blah. And I get punished for that a lot because I'm, you know, your manpower shouldn't just be looked at as in a flat sort of what is this worth to me. So a good little charge there from the Red Shields. They should, I don't know the stats perfectly, but my money's on the Red Shields there to win this pretty comfortably. Unless the Brothers of the Bow do have an... Oh, wow. Maybe the Brothers of the Bow have an anti-cavalry bonus. Nope, maybe not. I didn't think they did. But they were holding their own for a minute, and they inflicted a few casualties before that went badly. But it looks like Nawaki's pulling out now. Maybe he saw that going badly for him, he pulled out. But if he had stayed in there, it was just that initial moment that was going bad for him. Perhaps that was a Variag bow. Maybe that just landed perfectly into the right side of the Red Shields of Erkenbrand, and that just that tipped the scales. We do have something going on over on this end. Rise of the Fold engaging the Variag Cataphracts. Either just got caught, or maybe we're just sort of thrown in for a quick little charge. They've inflicted a casualty, but I do not expect them to bring down another one. They'll scratch a few of these Cataphracts. Again, you know, weakening them for later, or maybe for an archer volley from somewhere. But yeah, no, they're being pulled out now. A fresh unit Rise of the Fold. I don't know. We don't want to just feed these guys casualties. Sons of Vale coming over alongside Horse Archers. To be honest, yeah, this should be, if we play our cards right here, we could wipe these poor bowmen out before they can get back. And even if they've used up all of their ammunition, and this guy hasn't, this second unit definitely hasn't used up all of its ammunition, but even if they have, that's a lot of infantry that could help tip the scales later on in this fight. No, okay, they're going to be getting out of here, but if we can get another little charge on them, maybe bring them down to say 50. Brother of the Axe coming forward. Oh, could be naughty here. Oh dear, that's not going to go well for those Eastmont Horse Archers. Somehow they didn't receive the charge from those Brother of the Axe, but they're broken now. Damn, that's a bit of a shame. So yeah, no, that ended up working out better for Thanatos, I feel. Lost a few of his Variag Archers, of course, sucks, but getting rid of that unit of Horse Archers, and 14 might come back, but I don't know. Red Shields opening fire into the Axemen, absolutely. I would happily unload into those Brotherhood Axemen. I say, especially if they've not received an armor upgrade, that's a very tempting shot for me. We're seeing over here Riders broken as well. So Kanda's got the cavalry dominance. It's not an absolutely massive controlling dominance, but he definitely has control of the cav game, I'd feel. Yeah, there's still 20 Red Shields, but they can't. Those 20 Red Shields can't deal with everything that's left. They can't deal with the Cataphracts and the Windblades. So it's I keep talking about the Windblades. I've not actually seen them for a minute. They might not even be around. They might have died off at some point. If the Windblades have died off, then yeah, okay, that changes the game. Okay, 20 Horse Archers, but that's not the Riders that ran away. 5 Riders of the Fold there. Okay. It's going to be interesting to see. So the Helm's Hammers versus the Storm Guard. My money's definitely on the Storm Guard. But at least Rohan has got something today. And he's got the Meadowsill Guard as well. So that's 2 very, very impressive units up against one exceptionally impressive unit. So yeah, that's pretty good. I think if right now if the infantry are going to come together in a bit of a vacuum fight, my money's on Rohan, just because Rohan's not used their foot archers. Not that I've seen. They've not used any of their foot archers. They've not used those shield maidens, which if those shield maidens get a volley, I mean, hell, even an axe volley into the storm guard, but you know, if they get an axe volley into the halberds without some footmen taking that in the face with their shield, then this could be absolutely devastating. But yeah, the Nurad footmen have been pulled out here. Variag bows coming forward, just trying to engage the red shields, chase them away. Again, if Nawaki's got no cavalry at all, and we can be totally free with those cataphracts, then it does change things. And I mean, Nawaki's infantry, a lot of them have been getting beaten down here and there. Nawaki's moving forward now. How much foot archers do you have? You got 1 unit Helmingus. Is that it? That is it. Okay. Yeah. Riddermark Axeman. He's got a lot of powerful infantry, but Kanda's got certainly decent quality. The Nurad footmen are fine fighters. Yeah, that AP is not going to be as effective up against Rohan as it would be against something like Gondor. But yeah, it's still going to cut down those armor values. I see those shield maidens are really, well, the two ways that Rohan deals with phalanxes is their solid spearmen, who can either sort of burst through or at least sort of jab away at them, and those shield maiden volleys with those axes. So, you know, they are built for this. They've got the tools that you need to do this. It's just going to be interesting to see how this clash really kicks off. Those red shields taken down to 11 now, being chased up by the bird of the axe. It'd be cool to see, I'd like to see the Brother of the Axe go toe-to-toe with like the Westmark Marshals. That'd be quite a nice fight. Doesn't look like we're going to get that, but that would be quite a cool high-tier Axeman clash going on. Because I do like those Westmark Marshals, absolutely gorgeous unit. I say I really do like to play Rohan. They're a fun faction to play, but I tend to use them in sieges, just because I really struggle with cavalry use. And you have to be pretty competent with cavalry if you're going to be using Rohan in a field battle. Now, Helmingus are firing there. I like their target, of course, Brother of the Axe, but I just don't feel that we have any need to be sending our arrows out at this distance. I think that Nawaki's right now. Nawaki has the initiative. He can make this fight happen how and when he wants it, and I think right now he can take his time, get closer with his archers, and use them as he wants. Because even if those, like these Varag bowmen still have their bows out, but they are just, surely they don't have much ammo left. They can't. So there's no reason to be sending your arrows out at max range. These guys also have their bows out, but once again, I'd be shocked if they've got much ammo. You're seeing they're not using it on anything. They're sort of saving it, so I expect they must have only like 1 or 2 volleys left. So of course these two, you know, they know each other very well. They know each other's fighting style. They work well. They work very well together. So it's quite interesting when you do see players like that going toe to toe with each other. Looks like Thantos is going to want to get those Storm Guard up against the Helm's Hammers. As I say, in a vacuum 1v1, my money is easily on the Storm Guard. But, and yeah, right now those Storm Guard are unsupported. So this is a very cool clash. I do need to take a thumbnail, so hopefully people will be quite interested in the idea of the Helm's Hammers up against the Storm Guard. Now that shield wall, right now they're in shield wall formation that you're seeing there, and they are shunting these guys back. That's actually working out way better for them than I thought. Holy smokes. Yeah, okay, no, that's it. More, oh dear me. Both sides are actually going to be taking a lot more damage here than I thought. Holy shit. Well done, Helm's Hammers. Now that's... okay, some Riddermark spearmen came in and tried to assist. They were caught by the bird of the spear. They're not going to be able to get around that. And those Helm's Hammers, that may have been quite an impressive start. And they're actually doing, as I say, they're doing way better than I felt they would. I really thought they would get dumpstered here. But they need some support. Westmark Marshals, that's a good shout. Okay, I'm gonna should have to slow down for a quick second just to make sure we see what's going on. You can see on the right flank there, Rittermark Axeman coming around for a big flank. Rohan not seeing any reason to get shunted in too quick. Who is he sending his arrows out at? Is he just going into the phalanxes? Yeah, he's just going into the halberds. That's pretty good. I say as long as those Nurad footmen don't end up absorbing all that fire, then I'm more than happy to see that happen. Brother to the Spear holding nicely. Yeah, it's now with those Helmshammers backed up by the Westmark Marshals, that's a bit nasty for them. So much AP coming in. Shield Maidens, what are we going for? If we can get shots into the... we're getting some friendly fire going on, is the problem. Not much of it, but a little bit of friendly fire, and we're just not getting those axes in where they need to be. I think we need to move up a bit. Okay. Oh no, I think most of it's going in okay, and it's getting into the right side of those Storm Guard as well. But once again, Nawaki's sort of got the initiative, I feel, and he can be pretty free if he wants to just get a little bit closer. A few brother to the bow, just doing a big Cantabrian circle over there. We're taking arrow fire, but again, there's not many arrows left, and if somebody's going to take them, then Shield Maidens spread out, taking those arrows to the front is probably okay. Medicell Guard coming around. Again, if the Medicell Guard could get javelins into somewhere, I mean, as long as they use up all of their ammunition, yeah, no matter what they kind of go for, it should be very, very good. Rittermark Axeman getting all the way around to the flank here, which I love it, but I think this is being triggered too early. This is going to really allow Thanatos to deal with this and break these units, because these aren't marshals. They're very good. They're a good mid-tier unit, but these Variag Catfolks are going to cause a break on them. And, you know, that's important. It's very, very important, these guys, if they were able to sort of get where they need to be. Storm Guard starting to really take a beating. How are those Helmshammers doing? Still 50 of them left. Holy smokes. Maybe no, I'm not overestimating the Storm Guard. Trust me, I'm not overestimating the Storm Guard. There's 2 sons left. It looks like he's really wanting to save them for later. That's a good shout. Maybe I'd be tempted to send them in there to go and deal with those last few Brotherhood of the Bow. Just make sure those Shield Maidens get used, because it looks like the Variag Bowmen are going to try and tie them up. They'll lose that engagement, though. 1v1 against the Shield Maidens. Let's zoom into the minimap for a minute, so you can sort of see. It's been quite an interesting little clash. See, grassy plains fights are always a bit, me a bit hit or miss, but this is really quite interesting, I feel. Brother the Axe taking that to the back. But yeah, those Storm Guards are still getting minced. Nothing that Khan can really do to stop these Medicell Guard. Alrighty. Okay, now this is a Nurad force primarily at this point. This isn't a little nomad force. Okay, right, so Thanatos, yeah, he can't do anything to sort out those Medicell Guard, because all these Nurad footmen have come over here to efficiently, like, yeah, very efficiently deal with the Rittermark Axemen. I like this a lot. I think this is what you got to do, but that's a lot of troops that are being dedicated to getting this done. And as I said, I just don't think those Rittermark Axemen are just not doing enough damage. Okay, we're sort of breaking up this formation now. Coming in pretty deep. You can see those Rittermark spears may not be inflicting that much damage to the guys in front of them, but that spear defensive bonus is going to be keeping them in the fight for a very long time. Medicell Guard now, that's great. That's just at this point, that's just a unit that in melee is going to be very, very difficult to deal with. Helmshammers. I mean, how many Storm Guard do we have left? 14 Storm Guard, that's it now. And to be honest, with such a big unit of Westmark Marshals, maybe I think they could probably deal with them on their own. Yep, Variag Bows coming in, just trying to tie up the Shield Maidens. I don't know how much ammunition those Shield Maidens have left, but either way, they'll engage that for now. And if they're taken off guard mode, if they're allowed to sort of just engage these guys, you know, in a standard way, they should win that. I would feel. Certainly not too bad in a fight, those Shield Maidens.
We've lost half of our men.
Rohan down to half of their men. Now that's a bit of a surprise. I thought they would have passed that far earlier than now. considering how many horse archers they did lose. Medicine Guard still very much enjoying that engagement. Riddermark Spears still believe they're charging. But yeah, no, that's fine. The Nurad Footmen will be able to win that. But it's just, as I say, it's going to take them time, especially now that the halberds are coming in, so they're getting a good surround there. Even with the Westmark Spears arriving now, that's going to be messy for them. And you can see a full surround over here as well. These poor Riddermark Axemen getting broken. They've dealt a good bit of damage, more damage than I thought, but still, that's, I mean, Thantos can be pretty happy with how that engagement's gone. He does just need to gather these guys up now and get them over to support the rest of the push. You can see he did already start pulling some units away. Helmingus coming forward now, out of ammunition, but again, you can see maybe they used their ammo a little bit too far away. But a good little charge there. Helmingus, of course, really quite impressive in melee. The archers charge with sort of the defense of Helm's Deep, of course, so they are going to do not too bad at all. Quick little sort of flanking charge there. Once these guys get into melee, get up there, boys. Come on. We need a full surround on these Nurad footmen, well, Nurad halberds before they get around the spear box there, that little skiltrum going on there. Helm's Hammers pushing through, still really healthy. I'm absolutely really impressed with the Helm's Hammers from that fight. I did not expect that at all. But that's just kind of showing the, I guess, the strength of that shield wall situation, that shield wall push. Yeah, you can see the shield maidens have freed themselves up. Those Varag bowmen are running away. A few more of them dropping. Oh, the one remaining knight just coming in, and this is quite important actually. Just making sure that they do not come back at this point, because you don't want to lose that knight right now. Shield maidens coming on in. Maybe they've got ammo if they've pulled out their axes, so I think they do have ammo. If they start getting some volleys into the sides or the backs of this Nurad force, this is going to be devastating. And I mean, that would, yeah, let's go to 1 times speed. We've got the reinforcements there from those halberds. Yeah, so I'm once again kind of eating my words. Maybe Nawaki's charge there by those axes of Rivendell, sorry, Riddermark Axemen. It was probably well timed, because it did actually last long enough to keep these guys away from the fight until they were, yeah, until it was too late, really, for Thanatos perhaps. So that's them out of ammunition now. This is going to be a fight that's beyond them, but if they can, they've dealt some good damage. Oh dear, they almost got a break on them. But if these shield maidens just can hold them back for a while, just stop them engaging. Medicine Guard coming in to save the day, absolutely fantastic. That might cause a break. Shield maidens, of course, actually doing really quite well in that engagement, holding far better than I expected them to. I mean, that's just the constant thing with Rohan infantry. It's just the constant, like, wow, okay, I didn't expect that to be so good. Because, I mean, Rohan's infantry is good. Rohan's infantry is not bad. It's just expensive. It's just more expensive than you can get from other factions. But they're still, like, they're effective fighters. They're still Western, you know, they're still a Western kingdom. They're not tribal or anything like that. They may wear a little bit less armor, but no, they're still very effective. Over here, Westmark Spears coming in. Not even too sure where the hell these guys were coming from. Eastmark Riders still alive. Thantos now just trying to do his best here, just get his purple boys tucked in together, and see how long he can survive. One frantic cataphracts. Maybe if this cataphracts can go and try and hunt down that knight, just to get a little bit of glory, perhaps. But with the red shields around too, no, we're getting some big breaks. Getting some big breaks spreading across the lines at this point now. I think really it's just going to be that knight, that cataphract is going to be the only thing remaining. He's just trying to rack up whatever kill he can. Get a few of these guys that are chasing down the routing forces. So over here, Westmark Marshals coming back victorious after dealing with the Storm Guard. What's tucked in over here? Some Brotherhood of the Bow still around. Some of this still very high quality cavalry, but no, it's long over now. The Rohirrim infantry has really sort of shown their worth. Oh, whoa, careful with the stakes. Careful with the stakes, dearie me. Oh, actually, I wonder. No, I'm not seeing. Now, this is one thing I'll have to ask the boys. This battle was played a long time ago, of course. But in case they remember, what the heck happened to those wind blades? Were the wind blades, maybe did they get a stake accident, or did those Rohirrim spears manage to catch them? I just don't really know. Those guys routing, it's only the cavalry remaining now. These guys routing off, these guys routing off. Looks like, yeah, the brother to the bow and they maybe got together with the cataphract. I'm not seeing a fallen cataphract, but those brother to the bow, oh, taking down another 2 Eastmont riders, another 3. Wait, who the hell's that? That's the, yeah, well done, brother to the bow. Holy smokes. Quite impressive stuff, but the red shield should answer to this now, and they should be able to bring him down. Only one guy left. But no, this was good. It's always nice to see folks, you know, mess about with like heaps and heaps of cav, because it's just something that I really can't do. Yeah, I try to. I do try, but like anything more than like 4, and I'm wasting them pretty much. So it's like 3 is really, really my limit, as I say. So numbers wise, pretty close. Which is for Nawaki. Like, Nawaki didn't bring any of his like fodder infantry, so that's quite a surprise. Medicil Guard, very, very impressive. Helmingus, okay, you know, I was maybe eating my words again. They did actually rack up quite a lot of kills. Shield Maidens, again, I didn't think they were racking up that many kills, but it seems they definitely were. Marshals doing some good work. I'm interested to see how... Ooh, Red Shield's very well done. Axemen, yeah, so these were the 2 boys. You know, they didn't inflict that much damage, but it wasn't about the damage. It was about sort of just holding that big, beefy force away from the lines for a bit. We saw those poor sons. We saw what happened to them. They were going toe-to-toe with the cataphracts for a good bit. A lot of firepower spent on them, so that all makes sense. Helm's Hammers, there we are. 80. But keep in mind, you know, a good portion of that are those Storm Guard. So, yeah, again, very, very impressed with them. No, super duper. And of course, yep, so that was a good scrap. I don't know. I mean, I don't really think Thanos did like anything wrong there. There was nothing that I really disagreed with that he was doing. Just didn't, yeah, maybe just didn't save enough foot archer ammunition. But I would have done the same. I would have used my foot archers against their horse archers. So yeah, that's all. It's not easy. But it was good. It's always good to see the Glory Seekers do some good work. You know, they're just a cool little unit. But anyway, guys, thank you very much, and I will see you later.